Hi, this is Ed Rushman for Whitestone Journal. And yeah, it's a little weird. I'm in workout clothes because I just went to the gym and, anyway, I'm talking about technology and virtue together, sort of, kind of. Anyway, my ankle was broken a few weeks ago, actually 2 weeks ago, almost to the hour. And I am coming along, but I'm on crutches. And anyway, I go over to the gym and do what I can do without actually having to walk or run. I can't even swim, really, because I shouldn't be kicking, but whatever. Technology and virtue. So it's funny, I was just driving, and, it's close to rush hour, so traffic was kind of thick there, and people were trying to get out of a driveway of a service station. And as they're coming out, because I noticed and everything, I stopped to let them in. And, a couple of cars got in, and really we all could have made them wait. But there were a lot of cars, and I don't know if they would have got through. And I think about all that stuff when I drive. But, they got through, and, the one guy kind of waves, thanks, that's nice. The other one had to get over a couple of cars over, and looks like he got there okay. And it was just such a moment of grace to see that everybody that could let them in and didn't think, this is going to delay me. Why should they get in? Why should I let them through? I've been waiting here. That's because that's the way people think, and sometimes they act that way. Drivers are often not as courteous as they should be. Probably less often than we realize. We notice the really bad ones. We don't notice the little moments of grace. It's something maybe to think about looking for. Look for the times you see somebody do that. Well, what does that got to do with technology? Somebody today posted a thing, talking about artificial birth control and stuff like that. There's so often that we use technology as a substitute for charity. Right now we're looking at self-driving cars. There'll be fewer accidents, supposedly, and, maybe that's true. But, we could cut the accidents down a lot if people just did what they should. If people didn't drink and drive, didn't smoke and drive, didn't toke and drive, didn't text and drive, didn't talk and drive, I don't know. A lot of things people could stop doing that would make it better. A lot of things people could start doing, like just paying attention. Just looking at what's going on and really loving the people around them so that they want to drive carefully. And yeah, I'm talking and driving, but I really am being extraordinarily careful. I always am. Praise God, I haven't had an accident in 40 years. My point is that that technology of self-driving cars, although maybe it would be better, maybe it wouldn't, it would really be saying, we just can't be kind to one another, so we're going to make machines that do that for us. We're going to have computers do it for us. And we have a hard time sometimes making friends, dealing with people, and so we have technology to make it so that we can either avoid contact by going on Amazon or something. We don't have to deal with another human being at the store. Somebody maybe that had a bad day, somebody that has hopes and dreams that are being crushed by retail. There's a lot of things to this. And like with the thing, a guy could respect a woman and not do things to use her just for sex. But instead, she takes a pill, or he uses a small bit of latex as, the technology to make it okay. And it isn't really a perfect solution even then. Things still happen. Disease, of course, it doesn't guard against all diseases. And the people still end up with harm. Because using someone for sex, not the women don't do it, because they say, women that are really, empowered and really in control of their sexuality, they will willingly give it away to guys. And this is a wonderful myth and fraud that men have perpetrated on women. That, you're really empowered, you're really a feminist because you're giving me sex. That proves it. You're really right up there where you ought to be. I don't know why people haven't figured out this fraud, because that's what it is. It's something that yet another thing that men have put on women and replaced expecting them to raise children and keep a home and be supportive and a good helpmate. They've replaced that with the woman is essentially just a sex doll. Because that's really all it is. but the technology makes it okay. You might think about other areas where we've used technology to avoid the need for charity, for respect. Either we avoid dealing with people, or we put distance, or we put a layer of something between us so that we feel free to use other people. With technology and everything, a lot of the technology online has allowed us to buy things using sweatshop labor, frankly, using people to fulfill our desire without really getting a living wage. And, we complain about here, and people say that, everybody ought to be getting $25 an hour, because really $15 an hour isn't cutting it either. Somebody I know just recently posted it should be $25 an hour. We think that's a big deal. So instead we go online, buy it from China where the person's making $1 an hour. And this is better. Because we don't have to face the person here, or we're exploiting somebody that's outside our country, so it's okay. And we use technology to do that. So, it's not that I'm against technology. I make my living off technology. But we do need to think about what we're doing and not use technology as a substitute for virtue, as a substitute for respect for other people, either as a way of avoiding having to respect them, or a way of, completely avoiding all contact, or simply as a rationalization that because I'm using this technology, what I'm doing is okay. I'm being responsible, because being responsible somehow translates to being good. Maybe like Chesterton warned, we just don't care about being good anymore. We're more concerned with being progressive, safe, feminist, empowered, fluid. That's a big one now. We're more concerned with that than being good. But real goodness, we have a model for, but everybody, including Christians, has rejected that model. The model's Christ. That's the model of goodness. We're good in as much as we resemble him, whether we know him or not. Somebody in another country that really, how can anybody not have heard now? But people haven't. To the degree they resemble Christ, even not knowing him, it matters. That's whether or not we really consider them good. We've lost that. But that's another story. Anyway, thoughts on technology and virtue. I'm Ed Rushman. In my workout clothes, Whitestone Journal. Anyway, thanks.